Why do we sit here being silent, watching our leaders turn into tyrants? Have they forgotten which side they're fighting for? Checks and balances set aside and rule of laws, youth and ours, and Constitution openly ignored. Man, I'm not okay. Think we are being played. Is it time for right and left to join a greater cause? Man, I'm not okay. The rich claim to be victimized just to attack the marginalized. Is 1% really worth more than all the sick and poor? Always preaching about fellowship while planning their dictatorship. Now we've seen how all of this plays out before. Man, I'm not okay. Think we are being played. Time for you and I to join our country's call. Man, I'm not okay. Ever wonder all the mystery? Why they whitewash our history? Keep dividing is their plan. All in all, such a scam. Algorithm very sly, only used to spread the lies. Politicians know well, hate is simple to upsell. Man, I'm not okay. Think we are being played. Time for you and I to join our country's call.
We are not okay. America is not okay, and we all know that. Former Congressman Joe Walsh, this is The Social Contract with Joe Walsh. Let's figure out how to get okay together. Hey, this Thursday, I don't know where to start. I don't know who said it. It's probably been said a bunch. Hope you're having a good week, though, by the way. Hope you are having a good week. Thanks for tuning in to The Social Contract with me, Joe Walsh, former congressman, former presidential candidate, former Republican, former Tea Party guy. I'm just a bunch of things. But thanks for checking in, tuning in this morning. Right, it's been said a bunch. Maybe somebody first said it and made it famous, and it kind of goes like, why throughout human history are bad men able to do really bad things? Because good men are afraid to speak out. Because good men are afraid to act. And there's so much truth in that. When you look up and down human history, example after example of a bad man, an evil man, able to commit bad, evil atrocities, generally because good men didn't have the courage to stand up to him, to stand up to them, to call them out, to fight back against what bad men will do. Man, that's certainly the story of this Trump era. We all spend so much of our time, I do as well, talking about what a bad man Donald Trump is. And all the bad things he does. We all spend too much of our time doing that. When really the story of this Trump era, the past 10 years, is all the good men. And I don't mean to offend anybody with my good men language. I'm talking about people, right? All the good people who stayed quiet. All the good people who hid under their bed. All the good people during this age of Trump who looked the other way. All the good people in this age of Trump who believe privately everything people like me say about Donald Trump, but these good men, these good people, just too afraid to say that publicly. All the good men who have flattered him, all the good men who've stayed silent, all the good men who've praised him, who've patted him on the head, who've kissed his feet, who've prostrated themselves in front of him, who've come to him with presents and toys and peace prizes and all the rest. Trump's been able to do every undemocratic thing he's done, every lawless thing he's done, every corrupt thing he's done, every dishonest thing he's done, every ignorant thing he's done, every un-American thing he's done. Trump's been able to do it all because people have let him. My former political party has let him. Congress has let him. Trump's voters have let him. Colleges and universities have bent to him and let him. Law firms have bent to him and let him. Private companies, private individuals, world leaders have let him. Good men have not stood up to him these past 10 years. And I've said a bunch that the biggest story of this Trump era is cowardice. Mainly Republican Party cowardice. But cowardice all around. Why are bad men able to do bad things? Because good men are afraid to do what's right. This hit home yesterday. Mark Rutte, the Secretary General for NATO, was on CNN yesterday, and he was asked directly, point blank, about Trump's post Tuesday morning. And by God, don't fucking move beyond Trump's post. Don't move beyond Trump's public threat. That threat alone to kill every Iranian, everybody living in Iran, 92 million Iranians, kill them all, wipe out Iranian civilization, wipe out an entire people, exterminate an entire people, commit genocide on an entire people, war crimes, all the rest. The president of the United States publicly threatened to do all of that. None of us should move beyond the threat. Doesn't matter to me if he didn't do it. Doesn't matter to me that he backed down at the last minute. That public threat alone is cause to get that son of a bitch out of the White House, to get him out of power. Man, I pity a people that will just look the other way and move beyond that threat to wipe out an entire civilization, to just move on, move beyond it. No big deal. It's the Masters this weekend. Don't got time to pay attention to what Trump said. Man, a people that will normalize that threat is a people that deserves everything that happens to them. Mark Rutte, Secretary General for NATO, was asked about Trump's threat to wipe out all of Iranian civilization. Here's what he had to say.
When President Trump threatened to kill the entire Iranian civilization, did that bother you at all as a diplomat?
Well, you know, what I always say when it comes to what leaders are saying, I'm not commenting on everything. What I want you to know is that I support the president, and I know large parts of Europe do, when it comes to taking out the capacity of Iran to export chaos to the region, to Europe, to the whole world. They
Hey,
are one
Keith,
of the
get
main
rid of him.
enablers of Russia's
Get
war
rid of him.
effort in Ukraine.
Thanks. Jake Tapper followed up and asked him again, but does it bother you that the president of the United States threatened to wipe out all of Iranian civilization? No comment was the best he could do. I don't have time to be nuanced. I don't know Mark Rutte, NATO Secretary General. He's a coward. He's a coward. He spent a good chunk of that interview just flattering Trump, fawning over Trump, wiping Trump's feet, patting Trump on the head. I'm sorry. He's a coward too. Every single Republican, every single leader in this country, every leader around the world who did not openly and publicly condemn the president of the United States for threatening to wipe out an entire people is a coward. I don't have the time or the energy to examine it and try to nuance it. No, you're a fucking coward. If you don't have the decency, the courage to say it was wrong, even if you believe it's a negotiating tactic, it's wrong. It's outrageous. It's wrong. Never, ever do that. If you don't have the courage and the decency, I don't care who you are. I don't care if you are a Trump voter from southern Wisconsin or you're the Secretary General of NATO. When the president of the United States threatens to publicly wipe out an entire civilization and you don't have the fucking balls to condemn that, you are a coward. You know, just exquisitely, that exchange right there with Jake Tapper is a microcosm of these past 10 years. Every time Trump does and says something bad, something horrible, something so cruel, something patently dishonest, something anti-democratic, something un-American. Throughout these past 10 years, the general response from people in the Republican Party, people who work for him, people in conservative media, other leaders around the country, the general response is, oh, you know, just Trump. That's just Trump. I'm not going to comment on that. Look at what he does. I'm not gonna go there. He's just being Trump. Hey, don't take him literally. Right? This has been the story of these past 10 years. Why the fuck do you think he's been able to be the lawless, corrupt sociopath that he is? Right? In a way, and I've said this before, you're Trump and you're watching that yesterday. You hear the NATO Secretary General give you a pass, praise you. Like when Jake Tapper asked him about You're Trump watching that. What do you think about the president of the United States threatening to wipe out an entire civilization? And the Secretary General instead praises Trump? Look, I think Trump's an idiot. I don't think Donald Trump's a smart man at all, but he watches that on TV, and he watches TV all day. You're giving him permission to keep doing shit like that. And that's what we've done the past 10 years. In a way, right? I've said it before. In a way, you almost can't blame Donald Trump for who he is at this point. Trump's like a seal. We've trained him like a dumb seal. Maybe seals aren't dumb. We've trained him like a seal, right? He can lie, doesn't matter. He can cheat, doesn't matter. He can kick people, doesn't matter. He can commit acts of cruelty, doesn't matter. He can use the powers of his office to enrich himself personally, doesn't matter. He can break any law, doesn't matter. He can knock down a third of the White House and build a ballroom, doesn't matter. On and on it goes. If you're Donald Trump, man, you got to believe by now I can do whatever I want. Because good men these past 10 years have let him do whatever he wants. And that's the story of this era. It ain't Trump. It's all the good people, the good men, the good women who let him do what he does. I got to tell you something. Megyn Kelly, as an example, you're not getting a big old bear hug from me. We're seeing leading MAGA voices. We're seeing leading MAGA Trump cheerleaders, people like Joe Rogan. And it cracks me up about Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan tries to pretend he isn't MAGA and was never MAGA. Bullshit, Joe Rogan. You were MAGA and you did everything you could do to help get Trump elected. But we're seeing more and more these MAGA voices, these MAGA media voices, these Trump media cheerleaders, and some Republican elected or former elected officials speak out against Trump, especially when it comes to the war. We saw some of it with the Epstein files cover up. We're seeing more and more of it with this war of Trump's choosing. Megyn Kelly's been out there the last couple of days screaming about a bunch of shit. This war is fucked up. I can't believe he let Netanyahu and his advisors talk him into it. And you notice Megyn Kelly and so many like Megyn Kelly still don't blame Donald Trump for going to war. No, they blame all the advisors. They blame Benjamin Netanyahu. They blame everybody for pushing poor little Donald Trump into this war. But Megyn Kelly's been very outspoken the last couple of days, going off on how Trump's fucking up this war, going off on how he was talked into it. And she even went off on, Keith, do we have a Megyn Kelly headline? I don't know that I gave you one. There you go. Megyn Kelly, Trump-Iran ceasefire deal sounds very much like a surrender. It is, Megyn Kelly, it is. I saw a great, you can get rid of that, Keith. I saw a great cartoon this morning. An Iranian mullah, somebody from Iran's ruling regime, the ceasefire agreement, the peace agreement to end the war. And Iran's leader is holding up the 10-point plan and holding up that they get to control the Strait of Hormuz. And Donald Trump's on the other side, and he's holding up a peace prize that Iran gave him. It's just wonderful because that's all Trump wants. Somebody give me a prize. Somebody give me a prize. Megyn Kelly, Trump cheerleader, going at Trump. She went after Trump because of Trump's props, because of Trump's threat to wipe out all of Iranian civilization. Megyn Kelly went off on that. Let me make a point. No bear hugs from me for Megyn Kelly or Joe Rogan. Certainly not Tucker Carlson or Marjorie Taylor Greene. Go down the list of all of Trump's media cheerleaders and Republican elected official cheerleaders for beginning to turn on Trump or speaking out against Trump. Because when they do it, it's not genuine. It's not real. Megyn Kelly speaking out against Trump now, this is all self-interested. This is all to advance Megyn Kelly. And that's what's happening. And again, I need to make the distinction that I continue to make and that I've always made. And it goes like this. When a Trump voter, just a regular dude or a regular chick out there in America, when a Trump voter finally sees the light and turns on Trump, it's genuine. It's real. And that Trump voter should be embraced. You don't have to embrace him or her lovingly. And you ought to slap them upside the head, right? Like, glad you saw the light, right? It's not like, oh, I love you, I forgive you. No, it's an embrace. We welcome. I welcome. And I do this every day. I do this every week. I welcome with open arms any regular American out there, any Trump voter who finally sees the light and turns against Trump. And I think we should all welcome and embrace them. I went off on Jon Stewart last week because Jon Stewart said about Trump voters, when you finally see the light, Jon Stewart's response is, hey, where the fuck you been? Where the hell you been, Trump voter? This is who Trump has always been. Where the hell you been, Jon Stewart? Show some freaking grace. When a Trump voter sees the light, don't say, where the hell you been? Say, thank you for being here now. Thanks for seeing the light. You don't have to forgive them, but thank them. Embrace them now. If you care about the country, if you care about uniting the country, if you care about defeating Trumpism and MAGA, every MAGA voter out there who turns on Trump needs to be welcomed. But when it comes to Trump's media cheerleaders, all of them these years, and all Republican leaders who have become his sycophants and his cheerleaders, when they start to turn on Trump like Megyn Kelly, I don't believe it's real. I don't believe it's genuine. And I think they need to be called out. Megyn Kelly needs to be called out. Megyn Kelly's all about keeping her audience and keeping her large audience and keeping her ratings. What Megyn Kelly and a lot of these MAGA voices are doing, media voices, is they're not going to full on say they're done with Trump. It's not going to be a full frontal attack on Trump. They won't say I'm done with him for good. They're going to pick at him on the margins because they're all positioning themselves to be MAGA leaders when Trump is done. That's what Marjorie Taylor Greene is doing. That's what Tucker Carlson's doing. That's what Joe Rogan's doing. That's what they're all doing. This is all positioning. They're still MAGA. They want to be a major MAGA voice when Trump is no more. So unlike Trump voters who don't have audiences and don't have shows and aren't running for office and don't have big podcasts, man, when they see the light and they turn on Trump, you know it's real. I do because I hear it every week. But when I hear Megyn Kelly go off on Trump, I know I'm thinking, okay, I'm sure she's pissed at Trump about the war. But she's, watch her, this is all, she's acting in her own interest. It's not real. She's trying to position herself, right, in the MAGA sphere when Trump can no longer run and Trump's no longer president. I mean, Megyn Kelly yesterday asked a couple questions. Like she was going off on Trump's post about ending civilization. And she actually said, can't he just behave like a normal human? Megyn Kelly yesterday asked that question. How can you ask that question after 10 years of Trump? You know he can't just act like a normal, decent human. That's why none of this is real and genuine with the Megyn Kellys, the media, the MAGA media voices of the world. Megyn Kelly knows that Donald Trump is incapable of acting like a normal, decent human. So why would she ask that question? It's kind of like, remember I went off, some of you got mad at me. I went off on John Kasich the day of Trump's State of the Union, because the morning of Trump's State of the Union, former Ohio Governor John Kasich tweeted out, "Oh, Mr. President, use your State of the Union to unite the country, Mr. President. You have a great opportunity," Kasich said, "with this State of the Union, Mr. Trump, to bring the country together." And I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck? John Kasich, you believe that? You don't believe that. You know Donald Trump is humanly incapable of uniting the country, bringing the country together. Why would John Kasich say that? For the same reason Megyn Kelly asked that question yesterday. Can't he just behave like a normal human? Because it's about Megyn Kelly. It was about John Kasich. They know those aren't real questions. It's insincere. They've got shows. They've got audiences. They want to be relevant. They want to be in power. Marjorie Taylor Greene, God love her, right? The shit she's said. Marjorie Taylor Greene has interest. She wants to remain in power. She wants to be the MAGA voice. She'd love to run for office again. So everything she says against Trump is coming from that lens. The average Trump voter living in the middle of Texas doesn't have those ambitions. They just got their lives and their families and their jobs. They're just trying to keep their head above water. So when they turn on Trump, it's genuine. Megyn Kelly? Fuck no. Hey, quickly, you remember that, Keith, we got that post about Annie Ramos. You remember this? Remember this story? I think we touched upon it maybe Monday. Thank you, Keith. You remember this. Annie Ramos came to this country as a toddler, has no criminal record, married a United States soldier just a couple weeks ago. They were on their way to the married housing at the military base, and ICE grabbed her, detained her, threw her in a cage. Remember this? Happened late last week. Well, ICE released her yesterday. The pressure must have been so great, right? I mean, right? Shouldn't it be? The wife of a United States soldier grabbed, detained, caged by ICE. Man, that ain't good. That ain't a good look. So they released her. But that's just half the story now. Let's update the story now. Yes, ICE released Annie Ramos. at the military base where he's stationed and they're living. But ICE right now has an ankle monitor on Annie Ramos, and ICE right now is working to deport her. They got a lot of shit for putting her in a cage. This young woman who married a U.S. soldier, this young woman who came here as a toddler, this young woman who does not have a criminal record, right? ICE got a lot of shit for grabbing her on their honeymoon on a military base. But she's wearing an ankle monitor right now after she's been released. And ICE is working on, the United States government right now is doing all they can to still deport her, this wife of a U.S. soldier. So fuck ICE. ICE deserves no props. Our government deserves no props. Unless all of America believes this is the way to go. And again, I love. Don't misinterpret me. Don't misunderstand me. Don't take what I'm saying here in a wrong way, baby. What I love, I got to be careful what I say. You can get rid of that, Keith. Thanks. What I love, I'll say it. What I love, the only thing I love about Donald Trump is that because he's so bad and so horrible and so cruel and so lawless, he's doing bad, horrible, cruel, lawless things right in front of us right now. And here's where I'm going. He's forcing us right now, baby. He's forcing us in real time to decide what kind of country we want to be. I love that about Donald Trump. This is not hypothetical shit. Like, oh my God, should America leave NATO? Is NATO a good thing? We don't need it. Hypothetically, would it be good or bad if America ever left NATO? Fuck that. Trump right now wants America out of NATO. Trump right now wants to go after NATO countries who didn't support his illegal war. Like, this is the beauty of Trump. It's happening right now. So we as a country right now, we can't look the other way. Right now, it's in our grill right now. We have to decide, oh my God, is NATO good? Should America stay in NATO? Thank God for Donald Trump for doing all this bad, stupid, illegal, corrupt stuff. He's forcing us to decide. Like here with Annie Ramos. It's happening right now. So the cool thing is we got to like look at it and decide right now. This ain't hypothetical. You have the newly married wife of a U.S. soldier. They just got married. They moved to his military base. ICE grabbed her, put her in a cage, and then released her. They released her with an ankle monitor, and they're trying to deport her. So I ask all of us, America, is this what we want America to be? Like, is this the kind of thing we want happening? A woman brought here as a toddler, no criminal record, right? Wearing an ankle monitor, and our government forcing her to wear an ankle monitor. Did I tell you she was brought here as a toddler? Did I tell you she's got no criminal record? Did I tell you that she just married a U.S. soldier? Did I tell you all of that? And our government forced her to wear an ankle monitor, and our government's trying to deport her as we speak. So right in our grill, thanks to Trump, we as a people can't fucking beat around the bush. We have to decide, yes or no. Is this what we want America to do? Yes or no? And I believe most of us will say no. But we all have to decide because it's happening. And by the way, 2 quick things as I close. HopeNotFearProject.org. Right there below me here, HopeNotFearProject.org. Go there, check it out. Every 2 weeks, I'm having conversations in this country with regular Americans. And I'm talking to regular Trump voters and Trump supporters. I got zero interest in talking to the Megyn Kellys in the world. I want to speak with and listen to regular Americans across the political spectrum. HopeNotFearProject.org. The other thing I want to put in front of you again is Paxos. Paxos, Paxos, Paxos. Keith, thank you, brother. Paxos.app. Paxos.app. If you don't want America doing to Annie Ramos what America is doing to Annie Ramos, if you don't want that to be the America you live in, then by golly, support Paxos. Check it out. You know, it's our tool. It's our one-stop shop for all immigrants and citizens to go to lawfully fight back against ICE. It's out there right now. Paxos is. It's being used by folks all over the country. Help us spread it out there. Go to Paxos.app. Take a look at it and then help share it. Put it in the hands of folks who you believe would benefit from having this tool in their hands. Hey, thanks for listening. Everybody, my Substack, Social Contract with JoeWalsh.substack.com. I've got a piece up there today going into great detail, thanks, Keith, about the Megyn Kellys of the world. Check it out. I think you'd like it. Social Contract with JoeWalsh.substack.com. And as always, my email is the social contract with JoeWalsh@gmail.com. All one word. The social contract with JoeWalsh@gmail.com. Have a good Thursday, everybody. Be brave.
Thank you for listening. Remember to listen, follow, and share The Social Contract with Joe Walsh on Apple, Spotify. Plus, don't forget to subscribe to The Social Contract on Substack. This has been The Social Contract with